Hi, my name is Jeff Rule. This is a house that my husband and I, Nick Dong, built for ourselves. He's a sculptor and a metalsmith. Half of the house is his studio and half of the house is our living space. We're just finishing up this week and next week. It's been an 18-month process and a long one at that. All right, so we are in California, Northern California, North Central Oakland, which is just outside of San Francisco. Most of our days tend to be mid-70s, but we get some days that are up into the 90s for a week or so. And we rarely get any freezing here at all. And so we built with the ICF and a really nice plan for having the wind blow through on warm days. The entire outside structure of the house is all ICF, with the exception of this giant wall of glass to my left, floor-to-ceiling glass. That's pretty much it. And then when the engineers came through and did their work, there was a short wall here, and that's also an ICF wall, but it was only added because they needed concrete for structural integrity for a big, long run. Outside finish of the house is stucco. Inside, it's all sheetrock. Like I said, we went for a really pretty simple finishes to start with. We wanted big, open, expansive spaces. This will give us lots of platforms to put artwork and lots of really interesting things in the place later. This is our great room. We liked living in an open plan. So we had been living in a loft space in Oakland, and we decided we liked places with big high ceilings and open spaces way better than small rooms. So when we designed this place, that's what we went for. We went for big open spaces. This is what we have. So we have a great room here, which has a kitchen along the back. We have room for a dining room on this side and a sort of a formal seating area over here with a koi pond just outside the window. We're both pretty set on simple, modern, let the materials speak for themselves. So concrete, steel, and glass were the main design aesthetics. And then later on, what's gonna happen here is the plan is to have friends of ours who are artists. We're gonna commission them and turn rooms over to them and let them have their way with them. So it'll become something of an art gallery itself with the design of the room. So the rooms right now are just very, very plain and basic in the way they're set up. We came across the idea of using ICF and we both liked it a lot. It was simple, it's elegant, it's strong, and also since Nick has a studio here and he uses heavy equipment and tools from time to time, we're told that ICF walls are really soundproof. So when he fires up drills and saws and things, it's not going to be upsetting the neighborhood too much. The roof is a SIP roof, structurally insulated panels, and the guys that provided that tried to talk us into doing the walls in that, but we always felt that number one, earthquake country, and number two, the quietness and the insulative value of the 8-inch concrete walls here with 13 inches with the foam just made sense to us. And since we've been sort of around the project, since it's been sealed up, it's like it can be 90 degrees outside and with nothing going on in here, it still remains at like 70 degrees. It's awesome. Yeah. So Nick, he's a big gardener, loves gardening, and because this was going to be his workspace, one of the aspects of the design of the house is that his studio's on the first floor. Mostly one half of the building is a studio, and one half of the building is the living space. But inside the building itself, there's no way to cross between the two. And he felt he wanted this for a separation of work, to have a feeling of like I'm just not always at work. And he liked this sort of, it's not the house, it's not the studio, it's this other space, a greenhouse. And that was his inspiration for putting the greenhouse where he did. The house is not traditional looking by any means. As I said, it's sort of a chevron shape, low on the side, goes up to the middle. And it looks big because it is. And people stop by and will ask us like, what is that? Is it a church? And it's like, no, it's a house. And it's like, oh wow, it's really amazing. So they tend to like the design. They're just confused by like what it is. Every time I looked at a budget and got to skip over things like insulation and the sheathing and waterproofing and worrying about termites and all these other things, like I don't have a worry in the world about any of those, and that's all because we used ICF. This took a lot of just bold steps. I mean, to just step out and say like, okay, we are going to build a house is a really big deal. And it's really frightening, but it's really exhilarating and amazing to do something that's so big that you never thought you could do. And so, follow your dreams, just take a leap of faith and do something exciting.